Oh, we got to stream on both platforms. I mean, I'm not doing that. Of course I'm not. All right, quick stream, about 20-minute stream. Tropical updates, severe weather updates, all the fun stuff. All the fun stuff. You know what? We'll do this. We'll do this. All the fun stuff. Do that over there. Bring this bad boy over here. Bring this bad boy right there. Okay. My radar, where do we got some stuff going on? Up here. Let's take a look. Let's look right here. Yep. There we are. Alright, is this not going to play it? There we go. Let's put this in fast motion. Alright, we'll get started in just 1 second. We'll get started in just 1 second. Animation speed. Ooh, we're all the way up. Nice. Show lightning. Storm centers. Ooh, there's a little bit of rotation on that. The lightning is going to give someone a seizure. They need to do it better. It's kind of annoying. Okay. That's really all that's going on around the country right now, huh? Got any severe weather down here? A little bit of something. We'll pay attention up here for a second. That's all we really got going on significant. Hello, we're going to go to this radar. Thank you. Hello? I don't understand. Like, my radar is so buggy. Like, come on. Radar? Hello? Hey, Brandon, I appreciate you. Sorry, guys. Hello? Yeah, thank you. Thank you. I didn't want to have to talk crap. Thank you for working. And open that. Okay, let's get started. Quick stream, 20-minute stream. I got the kids at home right now by myself, so quick stream. I promise you Fridays will be longer. Where? Okay, what's going on, everyone? We're going to have a very active severe weather pattern ahead of us. I promise you. City. How's Minnesota looking for Monday? Well, here, let's go through it. Ready? Let's start with severe weather. Here's today, you know. Slight, marginal. This is all we really have left. Tornado risk? No. Wind risk? Yes. SIG. Up to hurricane force gusts. No hail risk. Just a little bit of a wind risk out here. Let's go into tomorrow. We transition. We get our severe risk. Large marginal stretching from eastern New Mexico through the panhandle of Texas, through western Oklahoma, southeastern Colorado, all of Kansas, central to southern Nebraska, central to northern Missouri, southern Iowa, and west central Illinois. I think I got you all. Slight for Kansas. What's our... Oh, look at that. Little tornado threat. Stretching from basically Wichita to Topeka, to Concordia, to Beloit. That's how you pronounce it. Little tornado risk. Pay attention if you're outside there. You can still get a tornado. 5 to 15% risk for damaging winds, but not SIG'd. The hail is SIG'd, so park your car in the garage if you have one tomorrow maybe, if you're out here really anywhere in Kansas. But still nothing that significant. But push it out here towards day 3. Yeah, and for anyone who just got in here, it's going to be a quick stream. I've got the kids at home, so it's going to be like, I got like 10, 15 minutes. But I want to cover this stuff. I'll do a longer stream Friday and likely over the weekend. I'll try to cover really everything. Day 3 risk. Probabilistic is already SIG'd. I expect this to go to an enhanced, I'd say. I'd say expect this to go to an enhanced on Friday. Maybe not, but I think so. I think we'll get an enhanced on Friday. And obviously stretching from Red River Valley, north central Texas, all the way up through Kansas. Omaha, you're in there, out through Cedar Rapids. Most of Missouri, Illinois, and then southwestern, or really central to southwestern Wisconsin. Day 4, this is our Saturday risk. Same area. I mean, all these risks are kind of same, focused in the same area here, central to southern plains. Day 5. This is going to be Sunday. Minneapolis, you're almost up there, expanding a little bit to the north, but notice, I mean, all of our risk days are pretty close to each other. When could things get super, super spicy? Right here, Monday. This could be an extra spicy day. Extra spicy day. So let's watch that closely. Did we get a day 7 or 8 risk yet? No. Okay. So, yeah, that could be an extra spicy day. Really quickly, taking a look at our, and I want to give a tropical update here, even though I have like 2 seconds. 6 to 10 day outlook. Okay, so this is really starting next Monday. Average to slightly below average temperatures maybe for portions of the central U.S., especially up there in the upper Midwest. But we're baking out east and pretty hot out west as well. And then pushing into early June, end of May, early June, most of us are hot. They do expect, though, we took a look at the 3 to 4 week. Could we see a decent cool down? Really, once summer gets kicked off. That'd be interesting. I do want to take a look at the Weather Prediction Center. Center's precipitation forecast. 72-hour precipitation forecast. Yeah, a little bit in the Midwest. That's nothing too crazy. Some good rainfall for the low elevation. Maybe peak. Highest peaks get a little bit of snow up there in the Pacific Northwest, and then some good precipitation for portions of eastern upstate New York, Connecticut, Massachusetts, Vermont, New Hampshire, and southern Maine. We could see localized across Vermont, New Hampshire, and southern Maine. Maybe someone pick up 4 to 5 inches of rainfall. For the most part, pretty dry. But getting into our 5-day and then getting into our 7-day, this is when we get active severe weather. And, of course, active severe weather. Now we're expecting tons of rainfall. Good. We need it up here. We haven't seen rain in a while, I feel like, in Minnesota. All right. So that's what's going on with that. Now let me do this. Okay. Let me break this down just a tiny bit more for you guys. Tiny bit more. Can I get into the roof? You know what? Let's just do this. 500 millibar, GFS 18Z. What's happening? Just your classic southwesterly flow. Classic southwesterly flow. All right. Hello. Can I use this? Hello. I'm gonna have to close and reopen it. Give me a second. And why is TikTok yelling at me? For no reason. No reason at all. Got it. So, southwesterly flow. This is, where are we at right now? We're looking at Sunday. Okay. You see let me make my pen a little bit bigger. And let's actually start. As we get into Friday, here comes our jet stream beginning to dive. This is cold, dry air. This is warm, moist air. This is going to be a Bear Clinic boundary. We're going to have forcing set up. Southwesterly flow at the 500 millibar level. And then more of a southerly flow like we always get out of the Gulf at the 850 to 950 level. So you're going to have rotating thunderstorms. Another word for that is supercells. So when you get this pattern, cold, warm, dry, moist, rotational, and velocity shear from the lower levels up through the mid levels of the atmosphere, this is a recipe for a lot of severe weather. And let's move it forward. And then you see these little kinks in our isobars and our jet stream. And that is a signal for some pretty decent short waves along this jet streak here. And they're placed pretty nicely as well, right under the jet streak. Ooh, Omaha, hello. It's a spicy look for Omaha. Cedar Rapids, Minneapolis, Sunday night. I wonder if that's going to hold. And then it's weird. You get another kind of nice push from this upper level low as we get into beginning to dig as we get into Monday. This is the day that looks the spiciest still. Although I don't know, the latest GFS it's looking a little wimpy, a little bit more zonal. Definitely a ton of divergence here though. This is going to be heavy rainfall. I don't really see, some short waves developing on the back end. I don't know. I wonder if Monday is going to fall apart. Okay, I'm turning this off because we don't need to know about special weather statements right now. Interesting. But then look, next Thursday, that's severe weather. Friday, that's severe weather for the Mid-Atlantic. Look at this. This would be a major severe weather outbreak. Luckily for us, it's 250 plus hours out. This would be significant. Strong upper level low. Look at this. Very, very intense high pressure. Absolute epic trough ejection to end May. This would be crazy. 250 plus hours out might not happen, but the signals ahead are still pretty crazy. Really quickly, anything happening in the tropics? Not much. A lot of moisture, though. A lot of moisture. You have to watch every single time you see these little packs of moisture here as we get closer to hurricane season. You could start to get a little rotation on any. If you start to get a little rotation on any of these, it can develop quickly, especially as the waters begin to warm up. But not really seeing much. Let's go and take a look out over the North Atlantic Basin, and not much. If we're, like I've said in my videos, if we're going to see anything, it's especially in the beginning of the season, it's going to develop close to home. Our waters right around here are above average. I think we could get a spin up here early on in the season. Will it have enough time to strengthen before it hits land? Maybe. We'll see. But the waters are very warm there. So went over this in one of my last or other lives and in my video. But yeah, this is our top 5 analogs here. This is what's expected this hurricane season. The blue is below average tropical activity. The orange is above average. But for the most part, we're expected to have a slow year, below average hurricane season. Not for you guys out in the Pacific though. Look at all these tracks. Look at all that red. Very warm waters out here. Throw a lot of shear across the Caribbean Gulf, Western Atlantic Basin. Makes it very hard for tropical cyclogenesis to occur. That's just a fancy word for a tropical storm to form or a tropical cyclone to form. And it makes it very hard for any strong hurricane that forms out over in the tropical Atlantic, which is what we call out here, to pass through that shear. But early in the season, if you have very above average temperatures and an El Nino close to home, which we do, you can get some very strong storms. You can get rapid intensification close to home, and they can make landfall. So it's not as likely, but it can happen. And taking a look at our most updated water temperatures, here's our anomalies. And if we just take a look at the Western Atlantic, notice very warm waters out here. Very above average waters, especially Western Atlantic in here. Gulf is beginning to warm up. The Caribbean's pretty cool, but definitely around Florida, punching up towards the Gulf states, southeastern U.S. We've got some warm waters out here, especially around the Bahamas. So, and by the way, like I've said, our Nino 3.4 index, which is what decides what Enzo we're going to end up in, has been shooting off like a rocket, going straight for a super El Nino. That's good, though, if you want a slow hurricane season, like I said. But what this is signaling, a very wet, cold, and snowy winter for the South. If we move into this winter, where I think we're going to be Enzo-wise and where I think we're going to be NPO-wise, it could be a good snowy winter for the South. I bet you people down in the South have been waiting for that for a while. So, but too far out. But hey, we're halfway there, right? Or we're a little over halfway back to winter. So, figured I might as well bring that up. But yeah, guys, expect as Friday starts off, severe weather is going to start to pick up. Okay, Saturday it's probably going to start to intensify. Sunday could intensify, and then Monday could be the big day. Then we may get a little break. I think we're going to get severe weather Tuesday, Wednesday. But then Thursday comes around, and or next Friday, Thursday, Friday comes around, and then our pattern really picks back up again. I mean, this looks crazy. So we'll see if this stays the same. I mean, if we do get this set up, robust high pressure, robust upper level low, we're going to have an incredible, good or bad, depending on how you look at it, incredible severe outbreak if we get that type of setup. It's far out. I'm not going to hang my hat on it yet, but it's a pretty impressive setup nonetheless. Guys, I got to get off. I'm going to answer a couple quick questions, though. Then you have any questions? I got my kids at home. My wife's out with her friend, having a little dinner date. So I just wanted to hop on and give you quick updates. I will be streaming live Friday for much longer. I'm trying to at least do an hour or two on Friday and maybe an hour or two over the weekend again. But I promised you guys videos Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and live. So I'm like, okay, at least get on for 20 minutes if I can. Does that mean more or less snow for the Midwest? It depends. Typically, just in a basic El Nino, you'll see if we're just now. There's a lot more things that matter than just your Enzo cycle. Your La Nina, El Nino, and one second, guys. There's a lot more that goes into a winter forecast than your Enzo cycle. Nino, Nina, neutral. But it's a big play. You have to look at the water temperatures, your SST anomalies, sea surface temperature anomalies, and you want to look at what's going on with your upper atmospheric pattern, what's going on, especially up in the poles. So there's a lot of things that go into it. But in general, let me close this out. In general, one second. With an El Nino, especially a super El Nino, you're going to get your waters are going to be much warmer down here, which means more convection, which means the jet stream is going to latch onto that convection. That means more frequent storms, more frequent instability, more cloud coverage down here in the south. If you have more moisture, obviously more opportunities for snowfall, more cloud coverage, cooler temperatures, a much stronger subtropical jet. Yes, that typically enhances your chances for snowfall. You have better, if you look back at all the years, overall, by an average, the best snow years for the South are El Niños, and they're especially super El Niños, or strong, moderate to strong El Niños. Now, it's hard to tell what happens in the middle of the country. This can be, it depends how strong it is, right? But typically, the northern tier states dry up a little bit. And I'm being broad. This is broad perspective. There's a lot more that goes into it than the Enso cycle. But typically, the northern states are a little bit warmer than average, a little bit drier than average. The southern states are a little bit cooler than average and a little bit wetter than average, a little bit snowier than average. So less snow, hotter, more snow, colder. But it's not like the south is going to get more snow than the north. The north is still up north. But your average is definitely work in your favor in the south for snow and an El Nino. And you can go through kind of a snow drought up north during a strong El Nino as well. Doesn't always work out that way. La Niñas typically bring a lot of moisture, especially the one we just had. Typically bring a lot of moisture to the Pacific Northwest, and I actually called that right going into this winter. I actually said, just based on what was going on with our SST anomalies out in the Pacific, I actually said I thought the Pacific Northwest was going to struggle. I said I thought the Rockies were going to struggle, and that was correct. The Pacific Northwest was a hard call, though, because most La Niñas, you guys do really good up in the Pacific Northwest. But there's other things you look at that can actually change certain regions. As we get closer, we can call that. A crazy storm just blew through here in the coast, 119-mile-per-hour gust. Where are you? Oh, shoot, I got to get off, guys. Sunday and Monday for Minnesota. Sunday and Monday for Minnesota could be interesting. I mean, we're looking at, let's take a look at our jet stream here. Sunday, we could definitely be dealing with some severe weather Sunday. Sunday, I would say Sunday looks the most severe for Minnesota, but we could be watching something on Monday as well. Sunday, definitely, I think we could be at least in an enhanced up in Minneapolis. Ohio on Saturday, it's possible, but doesn't look too bad. Let me see. Ohio on Saturday. Right now, I'm not seeing anything too crazy for Ohio on Saturday. No. Kansas City, you have multiple days of severe weather that we're watching. So I mean, let's look over here. Ready? We've got tomorrow, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You're going to be in a risk zone. Monday, you got like 5 straight days of risk zones, probably 6. St. Louis for Monday. Yeah, I mean, St. Louis, you're going to be right in the heart of this thing on Monday. Depending on the latest GFS has this more of a zonal flow, so it doesn't look as bad right now, but we'll see when the 00Z comes updates. We'll see, but I expect severe weather St. Louis Monday night. Is Ohio getting any severe weather anytime soon? It does look like as we get into Tuesday, you could get a little bit of severe weather through Ohio. We'll have to watch that. There's going to be a little bit of a chance, I think, as well. I mean, there's a little bit of a chance. You've got a jet streak up here. You've got a little shortwave trough. I guess you could get a little severe weather Saturday. There's going to be a few little opportunities here as we move through this week. Definitely gets really. I mean, if this holds next week, you could get a lot of severe weather in Ohio. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We'll have to watch out there, but we'll see if that holds. Yeah, Kentucky. I think next week looks a little more active for you. Okay, guys, I got to get off. Like I said, I'm going to be live streaming. I'm going to try to do an hour or 2 live stream on Friday, more over the weekend. I'll be releasing another video Friday morning with updates on all severe weather, all tropical updates. I appreciate you guys. If you want to hop in the Discord, it's completely free. Connor's Climate Corner HQ. Literally, Connor's Climate Corner, how my stuff is spelled out, HQ. It costs me money. It costs you nothing. It's free. I update that with all the latest weather information, tropical information, all the stuff you guys want to see. And I let you know, typically, although I didn't now, usually let you know when I'm going live and when my videos are posted. So, yeah. Appreciate you all. Stay safe. And stay updated. Thank you, Bond.